Welcome everyone to Frank Analysis. I'm your host Franco. So Nancy Pelosi bought Microsoft stock before a giant military contract. This is a story that Robbie Jaeger, fellow member of the MCSC network, broke. Then The Hill, The Rising reported on it in their video. But did they give proper credit? We're going to talk about that here today, but first, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and also make sure you follow me on Rockfin. You can sign up and create a free account. Subscribing to my channel for $10 a month also really helps. You don't have to subscribe to my channel. You can also subscribe to other independent content creators on there, and then you can get the premium content of everybody who is on Rockfin. YouTube has officially demonetized me, so the best way that you can support me is by following me in alternative platforms like Rockfin, like Odyssey, or donating to any of the links that are below. So here's a tweet that Robbie Jaeger put out in which he broke the story. I'm going to have him on the show soon so we can talk about this more in detail. Pretty much, it's wrong what Nancy Pelosi did. I don't think any member in Congress should have access, have access to stocks. Because they're going to have an advantage, and they're the people that implement policies. So they're going to be implementing policies that can put them in an advantage to other working class people. They have insider information, and it's not fair. So Robbie says, breaking new financial disclosure show Speaker Pelosi and her husband Paul purchased up to $10 million of Microsoft in March. The couple also purchased up to $3 million more of global investment firm AllianceBernstein and up to $1 million in Roblox. And you can see that all here in this picture that he in the screenshot that he posted. So this is big news, and I'm glad that The Hill, The Rising reported on it. So let's hear if they gave proper credit.
Got some reporting on some big stock trades from Speaker Nancy Pelosi. This is from Unusual Whale Stock on Twitter. Okay, so this is actually pretty significant. She just exercised 10 million.
Who is that? Unusual Whales. So prior to me watching this video, I never heard of them. I had never heard of them, but let's see, maybe they broke it at the same time as Robbie, or they broke it before. Let's look at the date. So here's the tweet by Unusual Whales. And then they didn't put the date up in the screen in that Hill segment. So he said, breaking, Pelosi is using deep ITM call options. She just exercised 10 million in Microsoft shares on March 19th. Pretty much the same thing that Robbie said. And it says here 6:34 p.m. April 12th, 2021. Now here's Robbie's tweet. 10:46 a.m. April 12th, 2021. That same day, but a few hours earlier. They're not, Unusual Whales then are not the ones who broke the story. It was Robbie Jaeger. He reported on it first. Now, for people who don't know, Robbie Jaeger has done amazing work. He's broke a lot of stories regarding finances and corruption. That's what he does. That's his bread and butter. He's not, however, a blue check journalist, so I don't know if people may not think that he's credible just because he doesn't have the blue check mark. But that shouldn't matter. What matters is the work that he does, and he does consistently great work exposing corruption. And from what I know, this is not the first time that Robbie's work has been used before by other journalists without giving proper credit to him. And I'm not going to name any names here in this video, but I know people who have. Now, Ryan Grimm works closely with Crystal and Sagar, so I think that they saw the Usual Whales tweet through him. So here is what Ryan Grimm tweeted out. He retweeted Unusual Whales. He said, on top of this, Pelosi just bought up to $1 million in Roblox shares. And then he shared this article. It says Pelosi's massive Microsoft purchase was very well timed, just ahead of this news. If she had non-public information, this is illegal. But if she didn't, it's not, because Congress writes the laws and makes sure they can do this. And then Unusual Whales said, thanks for sharing, Ryan Grimm. For those interested, I track this stuff. Example, more Pelosi. Like, I'm not saying that all of Unusual Whales' work is probably stolen. I don't know that. But from what we can see here, they're trying to take credit for what Robbie Jaeger broke. Again, this is a story that I want to go more in depth with when I have Robbie on the show. It's really important news, and it's great that, the Hilda Rising and that Ryan Grimm are talking about it, but, give credit where it's due. I mean, Robbie puts in a lot of hard work and into finding this information that people need to know. And the best thing that you guys can do as the audience, what you guys can do to show support is amplify Robbie's work. Follow him, retweet his work, call out people who use his stories, whether they it's coincidental or not. Like if he's the one that breaks the story first, then he needs to be given credit for that. So what you guys can do is call it out when people aren't giving proper credit to Robbie Jaeger. And the best way that you can support Robbie's work is by subscribing to him on Rockfin. The work that he does in showing the corruption of these corporations and these politicians is very vital, and we need more people like Robbie Jaeger. So yeah, all I can tell you guys is please help support Robbie. And the best way you can do that is by subbing to him on Rockfin, where you can see more of his articles. And that way we can get more stories like this, and he can dedicate more time to breaking stories like this. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. Stay informed.